I hate to say it, but I lost my audio, so we're going to cold turkey this guy. So real quick, I cleaned off my desk. I'm working on a project that has nothing to do with orcs. It's a Daradio using the old school metal frame. I'm kind of excited about this guy, but I'm going to probably show you a little bit more in the future. It's going to look nothing like it. So yeah, we're doing Orc Commandos today. Like I said, I lost the audio, so I'm going to kind of make this stuff up as we go. So, oh yeah, there's legs for the Daradio. All right, so we're going to bust open the ForgeWorld Orc Commandos. Oh, so pretty. I've been looking forward to this, but kind of not really looking forward to it, but I don't know, whatever. So I think some of it is kind of weird because it's like, I mean, if you're an orc player, you really should be making these yourself, but, you know, it's, I don't know, you want to support GW, right? I know I do. I want them to keep making stuff, even though I do a lot of scratch building. So, yeah, let's see what's inside here. Plastic, throw it away. And we have a bunch of sprues. Okay, what's first? I think that this kit is supposed to be a plastic hybrid, so you're going to be using your plastic kits and add this to it. So first off, backpacks. Now, one of the things... Oh, yeah, all right. Oh, man. Oh, look at this. Tank buster bombs. I'm kind of stoked about that. This guy is loaded up with tank buster bombs. There's, I think, 3 of them in there. There's 1 on the back and then 2 on the top. And a few little smoke bombs, maybe. This guy over here, it looks like he's loaded down with smoke bombs. Tank buster bomb on the top. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, that's so cool. Look at that. It's a chain axe. I mean, it's the same one that you see on the close combat arm, but something about it, man. I love that they keep it consistent, you know, like they're throwing that on top of the backpack. It's just dope. I mean, I don't know what else to be said about that. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a tank buster bomb of his own, so he'll have to make stuff up as he goes. But, you know, whatever. He's got enough boys to go with him. Oh, man, what is... I love that weird stuff on the back. I think like a lot of this is like, I mean, it's really basic green stuff, but I think that, oh, okay, right there. It's a little bit clean. A lot of people think that when things are smooth and kind of slick like that, it's actually mold release, but it's really not. Like what happens is the mold actually gets overused, and you'll find that a lot of your resin becomes a little shiny. So it's just really just a veneer that's accumulated by overuse of the mold a bit. So I mean, we're seeing it everywhere. It's even on that Chai and Choppa. So I mean, you know, whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's looking good. I mean, a lot of it's like really basic, easy stuff. But oh, look at that dynamite! I love these little details, man. I think this is super cool. Something about it. I mean, it's awesome. Yeah, it's like Minecraft for his backpack. I don't know if you play as much Minecraft as we do. Okay, so what's the next? Head fell off. So we have the Commando Heads. I love their like, what is it, like Splinter Cell meets Orky. But they didn't have too much character for these guys. Something about them, they're just like really kind of simple. You know, they don't have a whole lot of Orky going on, but they still have just enough. So I don't know. It kind of reminds me of, all right, so yeah, it's a little bit like Splinter Cell, but I mean, I think like honestly, I love the design with a lot of these guys, but something about them, like they just don't have like the character that I kind of expected from the newer stuff. I mean, maybe it was just done like a little bit older. So you kind of like the Brian Nelson kind of era. I mean, I often complain that some of the newer stuff has too much character, and I like the old Brian Nelson's things because it kind of gave you the option to make your own character. But I mean, it's still pretty dope. I think like the overall of it is really cool. You know, I kind of dig like the narrow spaced eyes and stuff like that. Honestly, like if it weren't for the eyes, I probably wouldn't even recognize that it was an orc. But I dig it. I mean, here you have like the knob has like a little bit of a horn and stuff, or a set of horns. So, you know, it's not too bad. All right, now this is the meat of the whole shebang bang. Oh man, so this is the knob, the body of the knob. I think it kind of fits right onto a regular set of legs. But yeah, I mean, dude, look at this. Oh wow. Yeah, that axe. The axe is crazy. I mean, look at how huge that thing is. I mean, it's like, I don't know, like the wing of a jet or something. I mean, the thing is like mammoth. Oh man. But yeah, I don't know. So I mean, just getting the body. Okay, so this is definitely a knob body. It's a little bit larger than anything else, and it's got a lot of flashing, unfortunately. Oh man, let's see. He's got the jagged knife. It's kind of, man, that axe. I'm just really impressed. Like, okay, so when I was saying that it doesn't have a lot of character, like this axe is kind of bringing it. I mean, yeah, that knife, cool, man. It looks a lot like what's his name? The special character, the Ripper knife. So yeah, there's a lot of flavor on there after all. Oh, look at that! They have a Mark IV helmet. This is kind of when they were designing all those extra marks. I'm sure they're like, "Hey man, can I borrow that head over there? I want to put it on my orc body." And then a Mark VI shoulder pad. There's a Mark. What is it? A Mark II helmet. I mean, this guy's been time traveling and taking out Marines. Oh man, there's a lot going on in this kit. I just like the design, man. There's just so much going on. So I don't know. I kind of take back what I said. Yeah, this is gonna be a solid piece. So I think let's go ahead and put this guy together. I'm not going to put the whole unit together because a lot of it's just like heads and backpacks, but let's throw this thing together. Well, there he is. Um, yeah, I think in a lot of ways he looks really cool. In a lot of ways, I'm really not very happy with it at all. Like, well, I shouldn't say at all. Like that's some hyperbole, but I just feel like. So I think one of the problems that I had is, for instance, the arm doesn't quite fit right. And granted, I could bend this a little bit more that way to get that to shore up. But honestly, like this forearm, when I measured it against this forearm, was significantly shorter. The crook of the arm was almost half from the inside crook of the arm to the wrist was almost half of what it was on this side. So this forearm is twice as long as this one right here. So I kind of felt like that was unfortunate. So what I did is I ended up pulling it back a little bit. So there's that huge gap right here. Now what I'm going to do, I'm not going to do it right now, but I will take some green stuff and re-sculpt the elbow. So, I mean, unless you have like some significant green stuff skills, like that would almost be a deal breaker for me. Like I'm just unimpressed, like I wouldn't even, for those that are comfortable just gap filling and not comfortable sculpting, I wouldn't bother. Another thing that I had a problem with was there was a lot of cleaning to do on this model. I don't know if you could tell, but there's a huge line right here. I don't really like, on this flat surface, I don't mind cleaning so much, even though this shape is no longer a sphere, ends up being kind of like this weird oblong, odd shaped thing with flat surfaces. But in here, when you have like a bunch of bandages and stuff, it's such a pain in the ass to clean each one so that it doesn't get soft along this edge. So I'm really unhappy with that. I also felt that this particular sprue had a lot of flash and cleaning to do. I think that on the armpit, there's all these lines that, and like massive pieces of really thick flash that were just, oh, it was gross. I mean, it was like the thickness of this blade. That's sloppy and crap. So I'm really unhappy with it. I mean, there's like some spots where like I get it, like there's a hole right here for this post to go down and I had to re-drill that out. I mean, not a big deal. Like I get that, like that's fine, like But I think that with the short forearm and like that massive piece of flash, and actually inside here, I'm gonna have to go in and like clean that up again because it just got really sloppy and shitty. So I think like the way they do the mold is it's just gross. So honestly, like I think it's a fun design. I like the aesthetics of this model. Like as I was saying, I don't feel that it was all that orky, in the contemporary, look and feel. I think it's still cool. It kind of has like this like orc meets Splinter Cell kind of feel to it. So I'm down with that. I mean, I always love Commandos. They don't play amazingly well, but they're just fun. So I'm kind of apprehensive. I'm not sure on the fence. I'm on the fence about this guy, like whether or not it's worth it. So I do have a lot more cleaning up to do before I don't know before I'm happy with it. And unless you're down to do all that cleaning, I'd pass on it. And come with something else. I think there's some third parties that are probably doing a little bit better job. And I hate to say that. I really hate to say that. I think that we should support Games Workshop as much as we can. But anyway, that's my take on it. I think the other guys are going to be a lot easier. I mean, when all it is a head that you have to glue on a body and like a backpack, like that's awesome. Like that's super easy. So, but unfortunately, I think like when you're buying these kits, it's like it's a kit for 6 guys. You're basically buying a lot of resin for this knob, and you're probably not going to be using it if you're trying to build up like a big squad. So I would probably find like a third party, or if you're an orc player who has a lot of custom skills, I would just make all those heads and call it good. So it's cool. I don't know. It's all right. I'm glad I bought it for your sake, but anyway. So anyway, stick around, and we will have some more reviews of other kits coming down the pipe. So take care, guys.